Okay, so in this video, I share with you my full review of the all-new Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro. Let's go ahead and jump in. First things first, wow is what I am going to hit you with. Now, just for reference here, the original Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro did not work well for me. I did not like them, mainly because of the fit. In fact, I actually stuck with the Samsung Galaxy Buds Lives. Those are the only earbuds that fit my small ears, right? So it all depends, some people, we all have different ear shapes and whatnot. So the only pair that I found that worked well for me were the Buds Live. And it took all the way to the Buds 2 Pro for me to get that feeling back. Samsung truly won me over with this one here. So as they come up with the next one, I'm definitely gonna be looking at those. I had really planned on just not looking at the series. But anyway, now that we got the fit out of the way, let me go ahead and talk about just the features, right? Tons of features in these earbuds here. Now, we're not gonna go into a particular order here, but you have different ways to customize the different features that come loaded, with these earbuds here, right? So what you wanna assign to the single tap or the double tap or the triple tap, whatever it is, you can do that. Those are the typical basic stuff that we are all aware of. So, hit once to play, to pause and play, hit twice to, skip onto the next song, hit 3 times to go back to the previous song, or another one's like, tapping and holding, or double tapping and holding, and all that good stuff. So again, you can customize all of that in the settings. Now, the very first one that truly impresses me is the voice activation that you have. You have a way to toggle this feature or this option where you could be listening to music, right? And you start talking, the music would just pause and it would resume. So it would assume that you just are engaged in a conversation, right? And then it would resume after you're done conversing with whomever you're talking to. Definitely giving kudos to Samsung for that, voice detection or voice detect feature that they have there. It works very well. Now, the next feature that I absolutely love about this is, if you've been watching the channel for a while, then you know that I own a ton of Samsung devices. I love just the ease of switching from one device to another, and you have no idea, you have no clue how much I switch between devices. Like, I'm always on Samsung devices, right? So the ease at which I'm able to switch from, even if I'm just switching from my Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra to my Samsung Z Fold 4 there, it's just so easy and so seamless to just go from one device to the next one without a single hiccup. Samsung has outdone itself this year. I'm telling you, some of the stuff that I'm seeing with Samsung, with the new generation of devices that they have here, the ecosystem is solid. I've always said that it was a very, very good ecosystem, but still praised Apple ecosystem. But Samsung is there. They are pretty much there. Not only do they have all of the devices that Apple have in terms of phone, tablets, and computers and all that, you get all of that in the Samsung ecosystem. They also do have phones, they have tablets, they have computers, they have all of that. So you can lock yourself in either ecosystem and you will be happy. But anyways, then of course you have the other features that we have with the other, Samsung earbuds, right? So the ambient noise that you want to turn that on. And as I mentioned earlier, you also have active noise canceling, right? So it's always good to have either or, right? Depending on the environment you're in, right? If you are somewhere where you just want to lock out, block out all of the noise, you just go ahead and turn on active noise canceling. If you are in an environment where you know that somebody might call on you every now and then, or if you still want to be somewhat, semi-involved with all of the noise around you, obviously go ahead and turn ambient noise on, and you're good to go. And with these, they don't really need to be squeezed too deep in your ears, well, at least in my specific case, right, with the AirPod Pros, I needed to really squeeze it. With these, they literally just rest in my ears. And it's just there. And another standard feature that you have here, which you would of course expect as always, would be if you're listening to music. Obviously, if you take it out, then the music stops, right? It pauses, and then when you put it back on, then it resumes. You can resume playing your music and whatnot. If you are on a call, as a matter of fact, if you're on a call, you take off your earbuds. It switches from the earbuds to the phone, to your speakerphone, so you could just continue your conversation there without necessarily hanging up on the person you are talking. I think that is pretty neat. And another feature worth mentioning here is it's set up in a way where if you're listening to music at a certain volume, let's say too high for too long, it would track how long you've been listening, and with all of those different times, and compile them into a total of, let's say it's going to say 8 hours for this week with music at this volume is too much for you. You should think about turning that down. So things that they do to try to help you, because these are things that you don't realize. Like for me, for example, when I go to the gym, I usually just crank up the volume all the way and I just start listening. So some days, let's say if I start the week and I go on Monday, Tuesday, on Wednesday, by Wednesday night, as you know, as I'm listening to music, it's gonna go down and say, hey, you've hit your quota for the week. You've been listening to music too high. So it has something similar to that when you are looking at your phone for too long. Using the in-ear detection again, as you're looking at your phone, if you're looking at your phone for too long and it detects that your head is looking down for too long, it also sends you a message saying, hey, you've been looking at your phone for too long. Some people might call them gimmicks, but I think these are actually necessary because we don't realize how much of these bad habits we are actually exhibiting. Now, another features that you have with the earbuds here is that it works a little bit like the Samsung tags. I don't know if they call AirTags like the Apple AirTags, but it works a little bit like that where you can, if you forget your earbud somewhere, you should be able to use your phone and be able to track to see when was the last time it was connected and where it was connected and be able to track to that place and be able to find them and hopefully find them. So that's another cool feature that you have here. Now let's go ahead and cover the sound quality. Obviously, now I'm not necessarily an audiophile, but I can tell you that sound quality here is very good, right? Especially when you turn on just active noise canceling and you block everything out, you're just listening to music, really just banging to your music. It sounds so freaking clean. I mean, if you're going to be paying $230 for these things, they better be good. So in terms of the bass, it's there, it's really pumping. The balance is there. Mids and highs are very good. Even lows, super clean. I absolutely love it. Now in terms of battery, even though I'm still testing them out, they are good so far. Now I don't know, obviously I always say it's subjective to how you're going to be using it, but I've been able to use it without any issues. And as you may know, you have USB Type-C charging there, which is very neat. It charges relatively faster, and then you have wireless charge, and I have phones here that have reverse wireless charge that I can use to just put that out. So in terms of just battery life, that's not something that concerns me. Now if you're out there looking to buy this and you're wondering about battery life, it is very good. These are IPX7. Not necessarily that you could go for a swim with it and just like stay under the, underwater, but if in my case, I go work out and I sweat, no issues whatsoever. Or if you're jogging in the rain and, well, maybe not heavy rain, right? You should still be able to survive with a rating of IPX7. Call quality definitely like a mile better than what I have with the Galaxy Buds Live. But in terms of just the mic, I just wish the mic could be fuller. They'd be able to hear. It's clear. It's definitely clear. You can have a full-blown conversation with it without any issues. Maybe it's just me nitpicking. But anyway, so that's just my take with the all-new Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 Pro here. What is your take if you own a pair of these? Let me know in the comment section. Let's get that conversation going. I will catch you in that comment section like I always do. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Up until that next video, of course, as always, stay safe out there.